What's up, guys? Big Dog Mobile Mechanic. This is part two of the '06 Chevy Silverado knock sensor replacement video. If there's any other videos that been posted or made from this for this particular job, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm posting it again. But everybody does their videos different, and maybe some videos will help some people and other videos will help some people. So depending on what you like or whatever, I'm just making this video for educational purposes. Anyway, I got the intake out. This is the intake here. Okay, I made a mistake on the first video. I'm just going to point that out real quick first before I even start talking about anything. There's actually 5 bolts. Okay, so never mind what I said about 4 bolts. It's actually 5 bolts. So if you see the video, make sure that you check out part 2, because part 2 is going to tell you that. So there's 5 bolts on this side, 5 bolts on this side. There's a sensor here. This is for the evap. There's another sensor here. Unplug that. You can pull this out. You can pull this from the brake booster, this check valve here, pull it out, and you can pull this whole intake out after you take all the bolts out. There's only 10 bolts total, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. You want to make sure you unplug all the injectors. You got 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. I explained on the first video how to do it. I want to get down here because I want to show y'all something. These are the knock sensors here. I got the plug off already. You got 1 knock sensor there. You got 1 knock sensor here. Okay, so basically the reason why they fail, GM had a fix for this, but the reason they fail is because these rubber boots that go here, they're pretty much, I guess they were just made for keeping dirt and dust and debris out of there, but also it can't stop the water from, water can get in here sometimes. If you, the type of person that likes to wash your motor or clean your motor, water will get in here. So I wanted to mention that the fix for this, so it won't get water in here or anything, to keep them secure and sealed, is what you need to do is when you replace these this harness here. This is the old one. I'm just going to show, this is for an example, but what you want to do is on this part, you want to put some silicone. Put silicone all the way around here and put it all right here. Rub it on there all around real good. And then once you plug it in here, after you plug the knock sensors up, you're going to put this back in here. After you plug it up, you put it in there, and then you're going to cover it. You're going to close this down. I'm trying to do the best example as I can, but anyway, y'all get the idea what I'm trying to do. So after you put the silicone, you push this down, make sure that it's closed. Then you want to put another bead of silicone on, like around the edge, like around it, like all the way around here, and you want to smear it on there and smear it on there evenly, so that way you have a good tight seal on the inside and you'll have a nice seal on the outside. That way you won't have any water or anything go inside the boot. And these they'll last a lot longer. The knock sensors, they should last a lot longer than they normally do, because like I said, they fail because they get water in there. I've replaced a bunch of these, and most of the time they had water in there, and it's always the back one mostly that has water in there. But yeah, just make sure when you do that, like I said, just put you a bead of silicone all the way around there, and after you put it in there, then you want to put another bead around here, and you just rub it around evenly so it could seal this part right here and around here too. That way you won't have any problems in the future. But yeah, this is where I'm at so far. Like I said, this job is not that bad. It's not that hard. Just a few bolts. You don't even need that many wrenches. Make sure that you clean this real good here, the surface. Make sure that you get any dirt, clean it up real good. Make sure that they're real clean, so that way when you put everything back on. Also, make sure that you torque it to the manufacturer's specs. I have a way to get, I have information and on how to get the specs and what I need to torque it down to and all that. So I don't worry about that. But I make sure that I torque this, especially the intake. Make sure that you torque it right, and that way it'll stay right, because if not, you'll have a intake leak if it's not torqued correctly. So make sure that you follow the manufacturer's specs and torque it correctly, because this job, like I said, it's not that hard. But I know most of us don't want to be having to go back and fix something that we could have prevented to begin with, you know. So anyway, that's part 2 of my video. Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you.